Did you know that in the 17th century, a Dutch scientist named Cornelis Drebbel built a machine that could take people underwater? This early prototype of a submarine was said to have amazed audiences, but there's still a mystery surrounding whether it truly worked. Could Drebbel have invented the world's first submersible centuries before modern submarines? Today we're diving into the fascinating history of Cornelis Drebbel, a Dutch inventor who created what some believe was the first successful underwater machine. But how much of this underwater wonder was really real, and how much of it was simply a legend? Let's explore what we know about Drebbel's incredible invention. While Drebbel's underwater machine was said to have been used to take people underwater in the early 1600s, there's still a lot of debate about its actual functionality. Some historians argue that the accounts of his invention were exaggerated, with few records to verify just how well the machine worked. Was it truly capable of submerging for any length of time, or was it just a spectacle? The mystery deepens because very little physical evidence of the machine itself survives. We don't even have a clear blueprint or any surviving parts. Historians and scientists have struggled to piece together what might have been real and what might have been mere storytelling. Was Drebbel simply ahead of his time, or was his machine a misinterpreted myth? Cornelis Drebbel was a skilled inventor with a broad range of interests, from chemistry to optics. He worked for the court of King James I of England, where he built his underwater machine. This machine, said to have been a wooden vessel with a leather covering, was powered by oars and could reportedly dive to depths of up to 15 feet, carrying multiple passengers. There are accounts that claim Drebbel demonstrated the device for the English court, taking it beneath the Thames River in London. But is there any solid proof of its functionality? Unfortunately, most of the documentation surrounding the machine is vague, and the machine itself is long gone. It's said that Drebbel's device relied on primitive air pumps to supply oxygen, but without specific scientific documentation, it's hard to know just how effective the system was. If it did work, it would have been centuries ahead of its time, with submarines not becoming practical until the 19th century. The most compelling evidence supporting the existence and functionality of Drebbel's underwater machine comes from several key sources. First of all, there's eyewitness accounts. There are multiple contemporary reports of Drebbel's machine being used in demonstrations, most notably before King James I and his court in London. Several witnesses at the time, including royal officials, attested to seeing it submerge and resurface. One of the most notable descriptions came from the royal historian Samuel Pepys, who, in his diary, mentioned observing the demonstration and being impressed by the idea that it could stay submerged for a prolonged period. Also, there was the function of the air pump. Drebbel was an expert chemist, and one of his key innovations in a submersible was a simple yet effective air pump system. According to historical documents, Drebbel's machine had a method of providing fresh air to the passengers inside, which would have been crucial for any extended period underwater. This system may have involved early forms of air purification or ventilation, which allowed the machine to stay submerged longer than one might expect with the technology of the time. Though the specifics of its systems are unclear, the fact that it was able to function in a confined space like the underwater machine suggests that Drebbel understood the basic principles of air pressure and chemical reactions which are essential for underwater exploration. Perhaps the most striking piece of evidence comes from the design comparisons. Several surviving sketches and descriptions of Drebbel's machine exist, although none show the full details of its construction. Some historians believe these designs indicate a working model that closely resembled the later designs of a modern submarine, with a small watertight body that could be rowed or moved by hand. While we don't have physical evidence of the original machine, these sketches and written accounts demonstrate that Drebbel's machine wasn't purely fantasy. They suggest a real functional vessel with remarkable similarities to the submarines of later centuries. Although we may never find concrete proof that Drebbel's submarine worked as described, these accounts lend weight to the possibility that he had a functioning model, albeit primitive by today's standards. In the end, the mystery of Cornelis Drebbel's underwater machine still fascinates historians and scientists. While there's no definitive proof it worked as claimed, the idea that an invention like this existed over 400 years ago is a testament to Drebbel's innovation and vision. Whether fact or fiction, his underwater machine was far ahead of its time. What do you think? Did Drebbel really build the world's first submarine, or is it all just a myth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more timeless tales.